is a little compassion. We can start a no chain reaction. Yeah, give a little love is love away. Bring a smile to somebody's day. 'Cause you never know what they're going through. I can't learn, maybe all it takes to let the sun shine through the gray. No, it really ain't that hard to do. 'Cause you never know, you might just leave a piece of heaven behind you when you give his love away. So give a little love is love now, no matter how small you feel.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Carolyn's Corner. I am so glad you're all here, and if you're not here yet, I have faith that you're on your way. I'm so glad you're here tonight, and I hope you love that new theme song. We are thrilled to bring you Give His Love Away by Julia Schmidt, our guest from last week. Thank you, Miss Julia, for letting us use that in our podcast intro. I'm so excited. So, folks, let's get started and get to know the great people we have here. First of all, you may already know the gentleman to my far right. He's on my right. He may be on your left. I get so confused. Hello, Elizabeth. Jerry Bradley. Hey, Jerry,
Good
how you
evening,
doing?
Carolyn. It's a beautiful night.
We're already starting. It is a beautiful night. It really is. So let me introduce our very special guest. Not that you're not special, Jerry, because you know you are. Right in the middle, which is a perfect spot for you. Poor girl. I feel so bad for you in the middle of both of us. Please help me welcome our special guest, Vanessa Kersting.
Hi,
Hey.
hi everyone. Hi Carolyn. Hi Jerry. How you going?
Hi. We are so glad you're here with us tonight, honey. Gosh, we've had so many talented people, and it just keeps getting better and better. And I'm excited to add you to our list of incredibly talented people. So let's start off, Vanessa, if you would, tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
Absolutely. So I don't know if you can tell, but by the way I speak, but I'm from a slightly different country to here. I'm actually from the land down under, so from Adelaide, Australia. I am a singer, songwriter, so I write my own music, do a bit of playing, have produced a few CDs along the way, involved in.
Beautiful night, Jerry.
I'm sorry.
um, that's okay. We've done a few CDs,
Just a
we've
few,
done a few singles, yeah.
Love it.
And yeah, I just love being able to play and just share music, whether it's in Australia, whether it's over here in the States where I am at the moment, or wherever I'm able to share. I just love music and love being able to do it. So
Wow, that is so
yeah.
awesome. Not only are you incredibly talented, but we appreciate you joining us. And the odds of us being able to connect, Jerry being able to connect with you and send you our way are just, very slim. And the fact that he connected with you is such a blessing. I'm so excited. I want to take a moment to say hello to the few people that I can see that have joined us right now that have commented. We have Elizabeth Holthouse. Hello, Elizabeth. We have Joshua Gammon. If I pronounced your name wrong, please forgive me. We have Laura Dion and we have Denise Winter. Hello, folks. Welcome. Anybody else that wants to say hello so I can give you a shout out, we would love to know who is on here with us tonight. So Vanessa, you've written a lot of beautiful songs, and your genre is primarily, would you consider it gospel or country Christian? What would you consider your genre?
I'd say it's in the kind of contemporary Christian music category. It does vary, but the contemporary Christian music seems to be where the majority of songs recently have fitted. So,
wow, that's great.
yeah.
We also have Rosalie Hovenkamp. She was a previous guest, great singer, songwriter as well. Yeah, and you know what I love about all these songs that y'all are bringing and you're bringing as well, because I listened to a little bit of them. They are all so uplifting and encouraging, and they're going to help so many people in the world, because we need that in our world. We need it in the world, in the state of things now. Well, pretty much any time. We all need some encouragement and uplifting. I'm going to turn it over to Jerry because he's got a couple of questions for you before we start listening to the music. Do you want to start with a couple of questions, Jerry?
Well, Vanessa, you're not a spring chicken. You're not old.
It's true.
Wow,
You're not a
Jerry.
spring chicken. So, but I have to.
We're not holding back here.
Hi, Mike and Karen.
I did want to mention that I read that once you graduated from school, as in high school, you released your first EP and started
Yeah.
touring. I have to
Yeah.
ask, what took you so long?
Yeah, I'm an old gal.
Where's he called you old? He asked.
You're
love
so
it.
young, and you started right
Wow.
out of high school.
That's amazing, Vanessa.
Yeah, a couple of my friends had released EPs. So when I was growing up, I was in the Salvation Army Church, and so music's always kind of been a really big influence around me. And in high school, a couple of my friends and we jammed together. We just wrote and played music together, and they ended up recording a couple of EPs, and I thought, oh, that's a cool idea. So yeah, connected with a local producer, and yeah, put out my first EP back in 2002.
Oh my
So 20
gosh.
years ago. Yeah.
That is so exciting. So you got started young. That is so great. So you've been doing this just a little while. I would say you're maybe at least 20. No, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. I think that is great. I want to give a big shout out and welcome to Mike and Karen from 5th Western Australia. I hope that's what that says. Welcome from Australia.
South.
Thank you so much for joining us. Go ahead, Jerry.
Well, Carolyn, one of the things that the two of you have in common is that she used to be a radio announcer.
Oh, very cool. Did you like doing that?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
And anytime I get to be back kind of in the studio environment,
Yes.
oh, it's just such a good time. Like, I was with our local Christian station, so Life FM in Adelaide, and yeah, just did that for a few years, doing a bit of announcing there. So yeah, it was great fun.
Wow.
And yeah, really fun just getting to kind of share the truth of the gospel through music.
Yes.
And being able to kind of link songs together. And the one thing that I actually really enjoyed doing is when when you'd go to air and the songs would be playing, you could like crank it right up and just jam out in the studio all by
Yes, ma'am.
yourself.
You're doing your own little dance over there. We do that quite often. Wow. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It took me a little getting used to not having a person in front of me, because I'm used to, one-on-one contact or, communication. But now I'm like talking to the air. I'm just like, I don't care. But we do Facebook Live during ours as well. So it makes it a little bit more intimate. I'm trying to give everybody a shout out. Hello to Jean Anderson from Cottonwood, Texas. Wait, I'm wearing my Texas shirt. Can you see it? Oh, never mind. I can see it. Anyway, welcome, Jean. Hello, Lori. Welcome, sweetheart. We have Southern New Jersey here who loves Vanessa Kersting. Denise Winter. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. Go ahead, Jerry.
You also do some hosting in Red's Room?
Yes. So, do you guys know what Red's Room is?
I do. Because I'm a Christian songwriter. So yes, I know. Carolyn, maybe not quite up to.
Yeah, I asked last week because I wasn't familiar with it. It's up there it's virtual, I guess, right? Red's Room. I've heard of it several times. Joshua is from Kenton, Ohio. Thank you. My first contact with your music was through Baxter Kruger. Well, thank you for being here, Gene Anderson. I'm gonna put that up on the screen. Go ahead. So Red's Room, tell me a little bit about Red's Room.
Yeah, so Red's Room is a ministry, like an online ministry. It's really cool. It involves musicians, it involves a speaker, and just gives artists an opportunity to, bring their faith, bring their stories, and share it through music and song and story.
Wow.
through an online platform. So it's kind of a little bit like going to a concert
Yes, ma'am.
slash church, where
Wow.
you'd be seeing 4 artists and an outreach speaker. So I've had the privilege to host a couple of months back, and I'm actually hosting again in a couple of
Oh my
weeks.
gosh.
So really looking forward to
Yeah,
that.
I can tell by your personality that you'd be great at that, because you're very outspoken, very friendly, very bubbly. I know you're great at hosting. Oh my gosh. So hello to everyone. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anyone. Go ahead, Jerry.
So you moved to the States about a month ago,
Yes, sir, I
and
did.
you're touring. I got your tour schedule over here, and you're touring
Mm.
already. How do you do it? How do you do all of that?
So
Do you get any sleep?
it's actually a really good question.
And you're still awake. I don't know how you do it.
Yep, still awake at the moment, all good. Um, yeah, so moved over from Australia. Landed on the 4th of February. So tomorrow it will be 1 month since I've been here. But have really enjoyed being able to share music on previous trips, and so looking forward to traveling around a little bit more. I bought a car. I'm very excited. Got my car, got
Oh,
my gear that all goes in it. So thankfully I've got a few bases around the States. So I've got a cousin who lives in Arkansas. I've got some good friends in Mississippi. So I've got places to go from. So I think I'm going to be trekking up a few miles, and maybe lacking in a little bit of sleep, but it is going to, I'm really looking forward to it. It should be good fun.
wow. So let me interrupt you again, because I like to comment on it, letting everybody know what's going on. From Daniel E. Clemens, he said, "Hi, Vanessa. Heard you in Jackson in 2009. Thank you for being here, Daniel. Yes, I'm so excited to have her on the show. Let me make sure there's no one else. Right now, that's it. Keep your comments coming, folks. Go ahead, Jerry.
Oh, I don't want to get too far. We're about 15
Okay.
minutes in.
Yeah.
Should we do a song?
I think that is a great idea, because we want to start letting people hear some of your beautiful.
I mean, we're telling them how wonderful she is, but we're
I
not
know.
showing.
Let's prove it. You hear that saying, the proof's in the pudding? I don't know. That's what they say. I don't know. But I did get to hear a little bit, and everyone knows Jonan Pat Masara. Are those, they said, so proud. They must be related to you.
That's my aunt who lives in Western Australia as well. Hey,
so
Auntie Pat.
great. I'm so glad you're with us, honey. Thank you so much. I know I cannot even imagine how proud you must be. I'm going to put that up on the screen just for somebody that's going back and watching the video. They'll see that, okay?
That is very cool.
Thank you. And even got to know very well. I love it. It's family members now. We always say that. So Jerry and Vanessa, the first song that we have on our list tonight is a song called Here. Very simple title. Do you want to tell us a little bit about this song? Maybe the inspiration about it, whatever you are for it, or whatever you'd like to share about it.
This song I wrote probably 2 years ago. Released it midway through 2001. It was kind of COVID lockdown time in Australia. Yes. Just that reminder that no matter what we're facing, no matter how deep our valleys are, or how in the deepest ocean, when we're caught up in emotion, when things are going crazy and we just don't know which way's up, there's no separation from the love of God. And so this song is just to remind us that the Father, Son, and Spirit are with us always, here in everything that we're doing.
Oh, that's beautiful. And that we definitely need it always, but we especially need it and still do need that reminder, especially during COVID lockdown and all these hard things we're going through. So let's play the video. Are you ready? Everybody ready? I know you are. I'm so excited. Here is our first song from Vanessa called Here. And here we go. I know that was a cheap one. Here we go. I couldn't resist.
In a moment, life can change. With one breath, life's rearranged. That's the way it feels sometimes. Dreams are shattered, hearts can break. Time can't seem to stop the ache. Wondering how to make it through. But you are with me through it all. You will never let me go. You are with me in it all. You soothe and calm my soul. You are the constant in it all. You are the light inside the storm. No matter how hard it seems, I will never have to fear. You are here with me. You are here. In a moment, things can change. One day it's good, the next insane. That's the way life feels sometimes. Over time, fatigue sets in. Still, you are the peace within. You are the peace inside my soul. But you are with me through it all. You will never let me go. You are with me in it all. You soothe and calm my soul. You are the constant in it all. You are the light inside the storm. No matter how hard it seems, I will never have to fear. You are here with me. You are here. In the deepest valley, in the fears that are gathering, there's no separation from you. In the deepest ocean, when I'm lost in emotion, there's no separation from you. In the deepest valley, in the fears that are gathering, there's no separation from you. In the deepest ocean, when I'm lost in emotion, there's no separation from you. You are with me through it all. You will never let me go. You are with me in it all. You soothe and calm my soul. You are the constant in it all. You are the light inside the storm. No matter how hard it seems, I will never have to fear. You are here, here with me, 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 here with me.
You muted. Oh, and she's just going
I did it
crazy.
again. I muted
Yeah.
myself. Jerry's like, my dreams have come true. Sorry about that. What a beautiful job. I said I had to play my applause video just real quickly. Gosh, Vanessa, that is such a beautiful job, and what a wonderful reminder. So got Red said, "Hey, Vanessa, Kersting, let me make sure I'm not missing anyone." And then beautiful, just like you, must get this song for church. And then love the video by Renee Schmitz. Thank y'all so much, and so true. What a beautiful reminder that he's always here. And even when we think he's not, we got to remember that. We got to remember that we're never alone, because sometimes it definitely feels like that we are. Jerry, what would you like to add, sir?
Well, I was just going to mention Red that said hello.
Yes.
Is the same Red we were talking about that organizes and coordinates Red's room.
That is so nice.
And
Well, thank you for
Sarah's
being
on.
here, Red. Thank you. Awesome video. Hello, Miss Sarah. Sorry, I didn't have all of them set to public, so Sarah may have been trying to comment. Sarah's always here. Hello, Denise. Amazing. Such a great reminder that God is always here. I know, Jean. Isn't it, though? Jean Anderson, thank you for being here. Lori, life is good. Yes, it is. Hey, you need to learn Waymaker, Vanessa. Oh, that's what Joshua said. Excellent.
He loves that song.
Denise Winters is applauding. I love it. Thank you all for being here. So, Jerry, anything you want to add about that song? And thank you for being here, Red.
Yeah, no, but I do want Vanessa, if you would, kind of tell us how to find you, where to find you,
Yes.
because after putting out or sharing that wonderful song, people are going to want to know how do I find her? Where do I see her at?
Absolutely. So I'm on the socials. So I've got Facebook, I've got YouTube, I've got Insta. Um, but if you're looking to hear some of the music, you can find the YouTube clips on my Vanessa Kersting page, just plain old Vanessa Kersting. And then we've also got music on Apple Music, Spotify, iTunes, all the streaming platforms. You can catch them there as well. It's under just Vanessa Kersting. If you look it up, VANESSA KERSTING, that's the one. And yes, as Josh said, it's also on Amazon Music. So yeah,
Wow, so
there's
you're
lots on there.
everywhere. No wonder you're tired.
Oh,
Thank you, Red, for sending me that friend request. As soon as we get done, I will absolutely accept. And I would love to have you on as a guest anytime you'd like to come on. That would be a very interesting show. I would love that. Thank you. And I would be honored. There goes Josh, LOL Waymaker. Yeah, okay. Shout out to Red Steinbrock. Thank you all for being here. I'm trying to get to everyone's comments. Jerry, anything else you'd like to add, sir, before we get to the next song?
No, I'm gonna wait. I've got
Okay.
some big stuff I want to ask, but I'm gonna wait.
I know he does.
I'm
He
gonna wait
does.
because
He asked the
I
burning
really
question.
like this next song. I mean, I like the
Yes.
first one, but I really like this one.
Oh
mm.
gosh.
The one
Well,
that's coming
Vanessa,
up.
the next song that we have on the list, I love the title, Hold the Stars. What a beautiful title. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that? First, let me read what Denise said. She said, I believe we got to view that video on Joseph Neal Christian Media Spotlight. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you, Denise. Go ahead, Vanessa. Tell us about Hold the Stars.
Hold the Stars is probably one of my favorites as well, that I've done, because it's a little bit different, like a few more extra vocals and those sorts of things going on. But I really, I guess again, it's one of those songs that's a good reminder for us when things are going crazy, when things are going wrong. We can remember that the creator of the universe, so the one who holds the stars in his hands, is the same God that holds you and I together. So before writing this song, we had, again, COVID. COVID obviously impacted a few of my songs over the
Yes.
last 2 years. We had that going on. We had bushfires. We had the war in Ukraine starting out. It just seemed like when you were watching the news, there was story after story after story that, you know, just these crazy things going on in our world. And I think for me, I was getting a bit news fatigued. It just seemed like things were just so, like, it just felt helpless at times of what was happening in the world. And so this song kind of came out of that, of going, you know what, like things are crazy. Watching the evening news, you know, I start feeling down because things
Yes.
aren't good. But the one who holds the stars in the sky, the one who is the same yesterday, today, and forever, the creator of the universe, is the one who is still holding on to us, who still loves us, who hasn't changed. So this song kind of came about with those things in mind.
Oh my gosh. So beautifully said. It's true. Oh my gosh. We need to be reminded of that, don't we? So let's play it. Here we go. Hold the Stars. And my favorite is Hold the Stars. You're getting a lot of comments about that. This is going to be a great song. I'm excited. I'm so excited. Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. Vanessa Kersting, Hold These Stars.
When life falls apart and I don't know where to start, how to put it back together, what to do with this heartache on this journey that we take. Some days are just not easy. In the darkness there is hope, living breath in your soul, the peace inside the storm. is holding on to you and I. The one who holds the stars in the sky is holding on to you and I. Watching the evening news, I don't know what to do when I see what's going on. Drowning in this heartache, how much longer can we wait before things start to get easier? In the darkness there is hope, living breath in your soul, the peace inside the storm. Even when the world's falling down, we're gonna make it through. We're gonna make it through. Even when we're falling apart, we're gonna make it through. We're gonna make it through. One who holds the stars in the sky is holding on to you and I. The one who holds the stars in the sky is holding on to you and I. Even when we're falling apart, we're gonna make it through. We're gonna make it through. One who holds the stars in the sky is holding on to you and I. The one who holds the stars in the sky is holding on to you and I.
Making sure I'm unmuted this time. All
Okay.
right. That was beautiful. I just realized I didn't have my folder and I'm trying to yell at my husband. I forgot my folder. Wow, Vanessa. I can see why it is everyone's favorite, one of their favorites. So Elizabeth said it's a great song along across all worlds. And that is so true. I mean, because we all are and were affected during that time. And the fact that that's an incredible thought, isn't it? The one who holds the stars is holding on to you and I. And it's so true. It's
Great.
too big for our brains to even comprehend, I think. It's just always amazes me. I'm always like, don't worry.
Yeah.
He's got you. He's got you. But it gets so stressful when we're going through these hard times. We forget sometimes, and it's very easy to do when you're going through a hard time. Let's see. Jean said, I love the theology weaved beautifully in Vanessa's music. I know it's beautiful, really beautiful. Jerry, what do you have to say? I'll be right back, y'all. Jerry, I'm going to let you take over for just a minute while I go get that folder. I'm so sorry.
That's fine. I got you. No, it's a beautiful song. It's a very hopeful song, which I like that. I love the hook, or should I say the punchline, because it really just kind of punched me right in the heart, and
Mhm.
and you said it was a simple reminder, and I say for me it was more of a wow moment. Like, yeah, that's right. How do we forget that?
Mm.
I kind of want to get into a little bit of what you've had going on and what you have going on. I mean, over in
Okay.
Australia, I saw some pretty big stuff happening over there with TMC. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, Woodlands Media put out a chart every week on the top 30 songs that are being sung or being played through the radio stations. And then at the end of the year, they collate the top 100 songs of the year and the top 50 artists for the year. And I was very fortunate. Like, I don't know how it happened, honestly, but ended up in the top 30 for a few of my songs. So my first time in the top 30 was back in 2015 with a song called Included. And then again, had one called God is Good, Love Story, Good Shepherd, and oh goodness, I need to remember them now. That song Hold the Stars was in there, here, and also All Along. So there's been a few that have been in that chart created by Woodlands Media. And then for the last few years as well, I've been able to be in the top 100. I've had a couple of songs in the top 100, and been in the top 50 artists for the year as well. So that's including like US artists as well. So like For King and Country are in that chart, Lauren Daigle are in that chart. So
Wow.
just super humbled to have songs that are in that chart, along with some amazing artists that I have looked up to. One time, Rebecca St. James was in the same chart as me, and I was like, oh my gosh, because I went to one of her concerts when I was younger, and it just had such a big impact on my life, to the point that, yeah, I made a few decisions that were more positive at that point. And so to be in the same chart as her, that was like, I was a little kid, like in a candy shop. I was just like, oh my gosh, that is so cool. So,
Wow. Oh my gosh. I
yeah.
cannot even imagine. Go ahead, Jerry.
I'd like to plagiarize. Well, that's not really plagiarism, if I say where it's coming from. Um, Rebecca Abbott of Eternity News, a national media platform for Australian Christians, reported 9 January of this year that while music by big-name Christian artists was the most played on Australia, Christian radio, I'm getting tongue-tied, again in 2022, a growing number of up-and-coming musicians were also heavily featured on last year's playlist. Fellow Aussie, I love that you guys call each other Aussies, Vanessa Kersting plus Young and Free each featured 2 songs in the top 100. Wow,
Yeah.
that has got you covered, girl. You know, any other accomplishments our audience should know about?
They're the main ones. In terms of my music, it's very much been just, yeah, writing and putting out music, getting it played, being able to tour
My gosh.
around, and yeah, share with people, that their identity is in Christ, who they are is found
Wow.
in Christ, that they're loved to the core of their being. Those are the sort of things that I love being able to share through my music. Also, a social worker, social planner, so qualified social worker as well. So sometimes my music crosses over into the social work realm, or vice versa. But just that privilege to be able to go, do you know what? Like, you are loved. And to be able to write a song that might remind someone that there is hope, or that they are loved and valued and wanted and cherished and adored. That's a pretty cool thing, to be able to participate in what the Father, Son, and Spirit are doing. They want us to know that we're loved, and to be able to be a part of that by writing a song that reminds someone of that truth. That's a privilege that, again, blows my mind. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, and the fact that you were given that gift and you're sharing, you're using your gift like God wants you to. I think that's incredible. I have a question. How many albums have you released? How many albums have you done? Because I know already, but I want you to tell everybody.
Yeah,
Hello,
1 or 2
Marianne. Hello,
CDs.
Lori. Go ahead.
6.
Oh my gosh. 6
Yeah.
albums.
Yeah. So
That is incredible.
I've joked that it's my coffee coaster set now. So, like, people can buy it, and if they don't use CDs anymore, they make a really good coffee coaster set.
I love that. Yeah, Lori said she saved you on YouTube. I know you're going to get a lot more audience, subscribers, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, and y'all can also go to her website. Let me put it back up here again. Tell them what your website is, honey.
Oh, sure. It's vanessakersting.com. So just my name again, first name, last name.com.
Yes, and that is where they can find all of your spots and go to any social media platform, music
Mm.
platform that is, and you can stream her songs. And I know you're going to want to stream all of them. And we have barely gotten started. We still have a few more songs, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to share these. Gosh, what an impact you're making in the world. That's incredible that you're affecting in the world. I think that's so great. What was that comment a while ago, Jerry? Let me see what it say about the, well, it's up there somewhere about how I don't know where it went, but it's worldwide. You're affecting people worldwide. And I like the video on the last one because I'm assuming that was Australia that you were driving around in, correct?
Yes. So
Oh,
the Here video clip.
yes.
Yeah, that was in my hometown.
I
Yeah.
like that because it also gives us a glimpse of the countryside and the beauty of nature. I love that. That's a beautiful idea. I thought so because I saw you getting out of the wrong side of the car and I'm like, wait a minute, getting in the wrong side of the car. Wait a minute, Vanessa, you're on the wrong side. Oh my
Right.
gosh, that's great. Denise Winter said you definitely accomplished that in your songs. I agree with that, Denise.
Thank
So,
you.
Jerry, anything else before we get to the next song, sir?
No, let's go to the next song.
All right, the
I'm
next
excited.
song. Yeah. Oh gosh, they're so incredible. So the
Remind me
next.
though, I want to tell you when we come back about something new I found that you may
Ooh.
be interested in.
Okay, I will. Jerry is like he should be an investigative reporter. He is really good at finding out new stuff. He digs, and I love it. You're welcome, Lori. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much for being here. So the next song, I love the title. I love the title. It's called "My Good Shepherd." Oh, I love that. Tell us a little bit about that one, Vanessa.
So this song kind of came about through being inspired by my grandma. She was such a beautiful lady, and she meant a lot to me. We were quite close. Um, Towards the end of her life, she couldn't really speak. She couldn't really tell us what she needed. But someone went up to pray with her, and they gave her Psalm 23 on one of the little connect cards. So it's those little cards that people give out with the verses. Um, and she just clung onto that card. She couldn't say anything. She couldn't really do much, but she was holding that card and she just clung onto it for a long time. And I was just thinking, in those moments, she might have been like when things were a bit scary, when like she wasn't necessarily able to speak, she
Oh my
still
gosh.
knew that the Lord was her shepherd. She had a good shepherd who was going to walk with her and be with her and give her what she needed in those times. And so that was some of the inspiration for this song. We do have a good shepherd who loves us. I'm someone who struggles a lot with anxiety and depression, and even when we're walking through those valleys of the shadow of death, or even when we're walking through those moments that are so tough for us, we don't need to fear, because we have a good shepherd who not only knows us and loves us, but knows us intimately. Like, it's sometimes we can say, God loves you, or God knows you, or some of the phrases that we use, we can say them and
Yeah.
they just kind of just sometimes roll off like a duck's back. Um, but the truth is so much deeper than that as well. Like, it's like we are loved so much more than we can imagine. The very hairs on our head are known. Before we were born in our mother's womb, we were known and loved and wanted. And, you know, there was excitement at the fact that
Yes.
we were going to be born into this world. And so, the fact that the Good Shepherd knows us so intimately and knows our name, that I wanted to kind of articulate and remind people that, everything that we need is found in the Father, Son, and Spirit. They know what we need. They know when we need to rest. They know when we need a bit of peace or comfort
Yes.
or a squeeze from someone, like they know us so intimately. And they know our name. They know us, who we are.
Gosh,
Yeah.
amen. Isn't that the truth? Because I've had that experience really, and one of the
Mm,
hardest parts of my life. You realize it when it hits you, and it changes your life, especially when you experience it firsthand, to where you
mm,
literally feel God's presence. Because it literally changed my life. It really has. And the fact that He knows every single hair on our head. I mean, it's just, gosh,
mm,
and I was just saying the other day, God, the birds don't worry about what they're going to eat or drink, and they're fine. They don't stress, just like it says in the Bible. It's just amazing. It really
mm,
is amazing. His love is amazing. It really is.
mm.
So, let's get to this song. I am ready. Are you ready, Jerry? Anything you want to add before? That's beautifully said, by the way, Vanessa. Oh my goodness.
No,
Thank you.
we've got a guest that I can't outspeak.
I
So,
know. Incredible.
we could just go
Incredible.
on and just
I,
say
I am
anything.
I am so honored to have you here, Vanessa. Really, I really am. I'm honored to have all of our guests on. But gosh, you're touching a lot of people. Oh, before I play the video, something very, very important. I need everyone that's watching tonight to please share, because we're reaching a lot more people when we share, and we want to get the good message, the good news out, and get her music out there and help promote Vanessa and help a lot of people hear this good news. So please, whatever platform you're watching from, whether it be YouTube, we got Astonished Hearts with C. Baxter, Kruger, and Friends. Hello, let's see. Vanessa is saying what we all need, an astonished heart. Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh,
Yes. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining us. I want to encourage you all to share. And for those of you who are not friends of Carolyn's Corner, please feel free to send me a friend request. I would love to have you join our family and tune in when you can, because we've got so many wonderful guests on here. Let me take that off, and we are going to thank you, Denise. I appreciate it. We are going to play the song now. Here we go. This is, excuse me, My Good Shepherd.
Even in the darkest night, you hold me tight when I'm losing sight. You are the light when the walls are closing in. I feel your peace again. You know everything I'm needing. You're the my good shepherd, my good shepherd. You're the comfort to my fear. Yeah, I know you're always here. My good shepherd, my good shepherd knows my name. I've got nothing left, can't take a step, but you give me rest. Weariness is spreading to the reaches of my soul. Your love that makes me whole. You know everything I'm needing. You're the air that I am breathing. My good shepherd, my good shepherd. You're the comfort to my fear. Yeah, I know you're always here. My good shepherd, my good shepherd knows my name. I'm needing, you're the air that I am breathing. My good shepherd, my good shepherd. You're the comfort to my fear. Yeah, I know you're always here. My good shepherd, my good shepherd. You know everything I'm needing. You're the air that I am breathing. My good shepherd, my good shepherd. You're the comfort to my fear. Yeah, I know you're always here. My good shepherd, my good shepherd knows my name.
I did it again. Oh my goodness. I was going to play the applause video, but I thought, no, I've already ruined it now for everyone. That is so beautiful. You know what? I'm going to be singing that song. And I like the way it's got that, excuse me, I guess you would call it like a techno vibe with your voice. I love that. That is so cool. My good shepherd, man, that's going to appeal to everyone, including the kids. That is so beautiful. I saw you were playing the keyboard. What other instruments do you play? That's so beautiful.
So I play a little bit of different things. So I can play a little guitar, but only about 3 or 4 chords. So
More than me.
I like to pretend that I'm a drummer, like I can rock out on the drums a little bit. But piano is definitely my main kind of instrument that I play.
Wow, it's beautiful, really beautiful. Jerry, what do you got to say? Let me see what we have over here while you're.
Definitely had some effects. Now, I will tell
Yes.
you, you know, and like in the previous song, really, I love your vocals. I want to share this. I shared this with Vanessa already. One of the things I love about her vocals is that they can get a little rough, they can get a little soft, they can pick up, or as Cherise says, what does she always call that? Add lift to it or bring it down.
Yes.
It always seems to be in the perfect place, the perfect way, the perfect time, and just like, and you know, when I was listening to Hold the Stars, I was like, oh, that's so cool. Oh, that's so cool. And I kept all the way through the song, and you know, I think that's the mixer master in me that's picking up on some of that. But it was like that was just awesome in your vocals. Now in this last song, you had a lot of effects going on. Do you do that while you're on tour?
No, not at the moment. I'm a little bit technically challenged. So no, I don't tend to do the effects at this stage. But you never know. One day we might get some fun little tools and equipment to play with.
Yes,
I
with a
can hook
big
you right
light
up.
show. Yeah. So I want to read this real quick from Todd Norquist. Thank you for the comment. He said, loved in the womb and from before time, Ephesians 1:3-5. Dr. Kruger, we were found in Christ before we were lost in Adam. Thank you. That's beautiful, Todd. Thank you so much. And let's see, we have Robert Williams here. Hello, Robert. Thank you for watching. Thank you all for watching. Yes, love the tech. Denise, thank you so much, Denise Winter. Applause. And let's see, we have Pamela Bradley. Hello. Jerry's cousin, Robert, is here. Hello. Thank you, Pamela, for being here. Go ahead, Jerry or Vanessa.
Look,
Sorry.
for Robert Williams to be here, that's a big deal.
Is
I know
it?
you
Well,
don't know
hello.
him, but he was like the cousin we all worshipped when we were little.
Wow. Well, Robert, welcome. I know you're here somewhere. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate it. You tune in on a great night. Go ahead.
I want to share something with you real quick. I'm not going to go real deep, but something I found is these USB cards. And you can put a whole album on it, pop it open. This goes where your thumb drive is at, and there you go. Because like you said, there's not a lot of CD play. It's so funny because what I found is anyone over the age of 40 has got a CD player. Anyone under the age of 40 probably doesn't.
It's true.
Right?
It is true. Yeah, those things. Jerry sent me one of his CD, and man, that is the coolest thing. I was like, how does this thing work? They're geniuses, whoever thinks of these things. I think that is such a great idea because you get to have the cover art, right, Jerry? It has the cover art on the front. You still can have your cover art just like a CD, but it's the little thumb drive that pops out. And what I like is I thought it was like, oh, I'm going to lose that, but it's attached to the card. And I think that is so smart. Right, Jerry? It's attached, so you don't lose it. I think it's perfect for this day and age. So, hello, Robert. Thank you. Let me see. I'm making sure I got everyone. So, Jerry and Vanessa, gosh, time goes by so fast when we're having fun listening to all this great stuff. We have another song. I mean, what else would you like to say about that song? That song is beautiful, by the way. Oh my gosh, My Good Shepherd. How beautiful. Go ahead, Jerry. While you're doing that, I'm going to load up the other one and get ready.
No, I think I love the message in My Good Shepherd. I love the message in all your songs.
Yes.
You know, in some of us as Christian writers, we kind of veer a little bit on the outskirts of the biblical truth, the truth in the Bible.
Mhm.
We kind of say it in a different way, or we kind of go on I do the same thing. But everything I've heard from you is sound in the scriptures. If that and that's quite uh, amazing. I mean, you're preaching us. You're preaching at us
Mhm.
while you're singing. Uh,
Thank you.
Yeah, it's true worship music, but you're doing it in a way that's appealing to all ages, all genres, I think. I mean, I could have a teenager even listen to that last one especially, and they'd be like, "Yeah, it's a good song." I'm confident in that. I love it, and I bet that you when you do your shows, I cannot even imagine the crowd. I bet it's a diverse age group, right? Like a lot of
It
different
is.
oh, gosh, that's so
Yeah.
amazing to be able to touch that many people in the way that you're doing it. I mean, I what a beautiful gift. Gosh, what a beautiful gift you are. And the talent that God has blessed you with is just amazing. And I love your piano playing, your keyboard playing. That's beautiful. Hello to
Oh, thank
Robert
you.
Williams. Do we have anything else, excuse me, we'd like to add before I play the next song? I always hate to
I
leave. I'm having so much fun. We have one more song. I wish we had a lot more because I could stay here all night and listen to your beautiful songs. This one
Thank you.
is For All the Times. Very interesting title. Tell us about that title and that song, this song we're about to play.
Absolutely. Just quickly before I do,
Yes.
just wanted to say that those songs that you've heard obviously has been team effort. We've had a producer and all of those things that have helped, and
Yes.
super appreciate Ash Gale, who helped with Hold the Stars, and John King, who helped with Good Shepherd. Have really enjoyed working with them, and yeah, just those comments that you were making, just
Yes.
really important to just acknowledge that those guys have been amazing to work with.
Right, because
And
it's not just about the the singer necessarily. It takes a whole team. You
it
have to have a
does.
whole team to make it sound the way it does. Um whatever we need to do. Yes, 9 is fine if you want to. So Lori said Siri XM. She wants to know if you're aired on Siri XM satellite station. That is a great question, Lori.
Yeah, at the moment, no. But it is. We were actually listening to it on our drive today to Texas, and I was like, oh, that'd be cool if we can get some stuff on there. So
Yes.
yeah, we'll look into that and let you know if that does happen.
Absolutely, because that can be picked up from anywhere. I think that's great. And I wanted to let you know we do a small radio show here in Beeville, Texas, and it's very small, but we do stream. You can stream it from anywhere. And I would be honored on Monday to play your songs on our radio show if you would like me to. It would be an honor.
I'd love it. Thank you so
Yes, we
much.
would be honored. You're welcome. And we'll send you a message or an email and let you know approximately what time. We start at 7:30 Central Time. Siri
Fun.
XM Enclave Station. Thank you, Lori. Thank you. So,
Yeah.
Jerry, anything you want to add before we get to the next song?
well, it brings up an interesting point. How is your radio play going in the United States? I mean, you're killing it in Australia.
Yes.
That's obvious.
There's a couple of stations that have picked up Hold the Stars in particular. Um, but yeah, obviously just starting out into that area of seeking out stations and just putting the music out there to a slightly different audience. So yeah, beginning stages, I would say.
Okay.
That with 6 albums, that's crazy, right? Just beginning in the U.S. So, God's Country Radio said, "Welcome, by the way, welcome back. I will have to rewatch later. Just saying hello to Jerry and all real quick. Hello,
Now,
thank
dude,
you for joining.
you need to, let me tell you, God's country, you need to listen to this girl.
Yes,
Serious.
she's
I
really
am
good.
serious. This is one
Yeah,
of the radio stations you should be on
Oh,
that one
cool.
tomorrow.
for sure.
Hey.
Yeah, Jerry, absolutely. So, Marianne Lawyer, welcome, Lawyer. That's one thing I love about Vanessa. She's real, and all of her songs come from the heart. Absolutely. I mean, it is literally like you're singing the song, but it's literally you write in such a way to where it's like a conversation. And I love that. You know what I mean? You're just telling us, you're saying, look, God's doing all this. Just listen, but you're putting in us. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love your style. So,
Cool.
this next
Do you,
song for all the times, I'm sorry, go ahead, Vanessa.
do you want me to tell you a little bit about For All the Times before you play?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, yeah.
Please do.
Um,
No, I was just going to say that. Please do. Yes. Tell us out for all the times.
Sorry, I got sidetracked before when you asked the
I do it all the
question.
time.
Um,
Thank you,
so
Whitney.
for all the times is probably one of the most personal songs that I've written. Um, for me, as I mentioned before, I struggle with anxiety and depression, but also I struggle a lot with lies of not being good enough for things. And as I've traveled the world, or to a few places in the world, I've noticed that a lot of us struggle with lies of kind of the bar being up here and us measuring in here. It might be a lie that you're not good enough for something, a lie that you're not beautiful enough or smart enough or worth enough, or that lie that just nobody cares or that you're alone. And for me, those are lies that I kind of battle with on a fairly regular occurrence. Um, but the truth is, and I realized this a little while ago, that for every one of those statements of I am not something, Christ comes back and says, yes, you are. So, I might say I'm not good enough for something. And he says, you are, you are, you are made for greatness. You are so much more than you realize. I'd say I'm not beautiful enough for something. And he would come back at that going, you're beautiful, you're wonderful, and these are the truths. Yes, he speaks them to me, but he also speaks it over each and every one of us. You are loved, you are wanted, you are beautiful, you are worth so much more than you know. The thing with lies is that they're lies, um, and lies don't change the truth. And Christ stands in the middle of our brokenness, in the middle of our pain, in the middle of our darkness. And he says, this is not who you are. These lies that you believe about yourself, this isn't who you are. And so this song is kind of brought out of the struggle of those lies, and then the truth that's been spoken back into that God is constantly saying, this is not who you are. You are mine. You are my beloved child, and nothing is ever going to change that. So this song is for all those times that the lies are speaking louder than the truth, just to remind us of what those truths really are.
Oh my gosh, Vanessa. Whew, that's powerful. That really is powerful, because so many of us, myself included, and it's interesting to know that you deal with it too, deal with anxiety and depression and things. And it is hard. We're so hard on ourselves. It's hard for us to believe that we are worthy of anything. A lot of us. I completely agree with you. And that's beautiful. I love what you just said. That is beautiful. I hope whoever's watching out there and listening, you go back and watch, let that be an encouragement to you to know that you are worthy. And he's got you. God's got you in his hand. So let me, Lori said, me too. I know everybody's dealing with something, aren't they? Pamela said, I needed to hear that. Amen. It's
Love you,
true.
Pam.
It's really true. Oh my gosh. You should have a show on TV where you're just, I can see why you're a counselor too. I mean, you can put someone's fears to rest just with those words. So let me just read this real quick. Torrance, the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit were so thrilled to share his life. Our adoption in Christ shaped all creation from before the foundation of the world. Thank you for sharing that, Todd. Thank you so much. Oh, that's beautiful. Such a sweet, gentle spirit. Yes, Jean, I agree. That's what you are, Vanessa, a sweet, gentle spirit. I love it. Oh my gosh. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice today. So Jerry, anything you would like to add before I play this song, sir?
No, I don't think I can.
I know. Beautiful, Vanessa. Here we go. This is for all the times. And after that, we have a word from our sponsor. Don't let me forget. Here we go.
times you don't get told, hear me say I love you. For all the times you don't feel beautiful, hear me say you're beautiful, wonderful. This is not who you are. This is not who you are. You're mine. You're mine. For all the times you feel alone, hear me say I love you. For all the times that you were told that no one would care, feel my heart beat for you. For all the times you don't feel good enough, hear me say you're worth more than you know. This is not who you are. This is not who you are. You're mine. You're mine. For all the times it gets too much, feel my arms hold you. This is not who you are. This is not who you are. You're mine. You're mine. For all the times you don't get told, hear me say I love you.
I snuck it in again. Oh my goodness, Vanessa, how beautiful. That
Thank
song
you.
is, there's no way I could possibly pick my favorite out of all of these that we've had got the
You're
honor.
muted, Carolyn. No, I'm sorry.
No, I'm not. I was. I tell everyone if my husband had a mute button for me, I would constantly be muted because he's like, oh God. Lori said, just lost 4 family members less than 3 years. And that had me depressed. Me too, Lori. I lost 2. I know it's hard. Yeah, my sister is in here. She did like this because she's going through a hard time. You know, there's people everywhere that are struggling Vanessa. We, we know that, and we all need each other. We need to remind each other that we are precious and we are a gift. Wow, Jesus meets us right where we are. Oh, Jean, that's beautiful. Thank you. Gosh, that's beautifully said. Let me see what Robert said. Great job. Yes, yes. Oh
Thank
my
you.
gosh. I mean, you're touching. I just can't get over the lives that you're touching. All they have to do is listen and watch that video. By the way, make sure y'all go to YouTube and look up Vanessa Kersting. I try to spell it, make sure I've got it on the screen here. It's VANESSAKERSTING. It's not cursing, it's Kersting.
Hmm.
Make sure y'all go look her up and stream her songs, buy her CD. You can go to vanessakersting.com and please go to YouTube, subscribe, whatever it gives you the option to do. Subscribe, download, stream, whatever you can do, buy her CD because we need to have not. Yes, we need to get these songs out there. We need, and make sure, I know all of you will share, share, because the more people that hear these songs they're going to be touched. Vanessa, from an astonished heart. Wow, that's beautiful. And an outflowing from the depths of her being, rivers of living water from Jesus internalized in her. Wow, that is well said. Thank you so much. Wow, that is beautiful. Thank you. Gosh, thank you for tuning in. That's beautiful, beautiful. So I do have something I wanted to add before we end tonight. And like I said before, I honestly always hate to end, but I wanted to announce we had our little theme song tonight, our little theme song that we started the show with. And for those of you who didn't get to hear it, it is called Give His Love Away. And I just fell in love with it. It's just about what we need to do. We just need to give His love away and show love and show kindness. And I wanted to choose that for our theme song. And I want to encourage you to go and do the same thing for Miss Julia Schmidt, SCHMIDT. Please, check out her music as well because she was gracious enough to let us use it, and I'll be eternally grateful. Jerry, what would you like to add, sir?
Well, what's your favorite quote?
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I think when I was answering some of the questions, I put down "You are loved to the core of your being."
Which I
And I
think
think,
goes perfectly with the song you just did.
Yes.
mm, and I,
Carolyn and I,
yeah.
we've discussed this on the show before. When we were talking about depression, anxiety, I find it, if you really look at people in general, as a whole, uh, normal people are not normal.
Amen.
When you really look at between those with depression, anxiety, PTSD, physical, mental, emotional stuff, uh, you know, we often call them abnormal, uh, or say they're not normal, but really there's more of them than they are the normal. So isn't that normal abnormal? I mean, when you really get down to it.
Jerry, I agree with you. To me, it's more the normal for people to have issues because there's so many variables in the world now that are causing all of these issues. I mean, if it's not one thing, it's the other. I agree with you, Jerry. That seems to be more the norm than anything. Go ahead, Vanessa. I wanted to give you a chance to answer that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for a really long time, depression, anxiety, those sorts of things were not really talked about. Um, and I think we are talking about it more now and realizing that, so many of us struggle with a variety of different things. And yeah, like, please know when I'm saying what I'm saying that I don't mean that it's an easy thing. Um, it is, I have days where I can't get out of bed. I have days where it's a hard slog to take that next step. Um, I get paralyzed some days. So please know that I'm not saying that just like that everything will be easy and fixed. What I want to remind you of is that in those days where you can't get out of bed, Jesus is right there with you, reminding you of that truth of who you are and that you are loved and that things are going to be okay. So, yeah, it is. it is something that a lot of us deal with. It's not an abnormal thing. It is, as Jerry said, probably more the norm that each of us have our struggles. You know, we're all uniquely wired. We're all uniquely made.
Yes.
Um, and yeah, the cool thing is that the Father, Son, and Spirit know those wirings and know how to support and soothe those wounds when they're happening.
Hi,
Yeah.
TK. Yeah, absolutely. And to me, I would look at you, Vanessa, and think, "Oh, you are never struggling with anything like that." But to me, when you hear of someone that's had so much as much success as you have, and you struggle with things like that, you know what I mean? To me, it
Mm.
gives hope and encouragement. To me, I would call us regular folk. You know that everybody's dealing with it, even the celebrities, even the people that have got 6 albums. You know what I mean? And just it affects everyone. And to me,
Yeah.
it's just a matter of coming together and just, holding each other up. TK said depression is real. Thank you for being here, TK. I miss you.
Mm.
Kathleen, welcome. She said, God is watching over us tonight. We are under a tornado watch. Oh, gosh. I'm praying for you, honey. Gosh, just
Mm.
be safe. Be safe. TK, it's so good to see you, sweetheart. Jerry, what would you like to add, sir?
Are you? Do you have any releases coming up planned for this year?
So I've got a new single that's going to be coming out shortly, hopefully. So that one's called Faithful. So
Oh,
hopefully that'll be out soon, and have been working on a new album for the last couple of years. So hopefully be able to kind of wrap that up and release it this year.
that's
Who
great.
is your greatest influence? I want to get to this one because I know what your answer is.
Yes.
So artists like Amy Grant, Rebecca St. James, who I mentioned earlier, have had really big impacts on my life. In terms of music, artists like Alanis Morissette as well has had a really big impact musically. An Australian artist called Tina Arena. I've always just loved the realness of who they are, and just the fact that they are exactly who they are. They're not trying to be someone else. Um, they're talking about life, about struggles. And how they're walking through them. But yeah, Amy Grant, we used to grow up. Well, we used to grow up. When we were growing up, um, we would often have Amy Grant songs playing in the car on our road trips, and sometimes they were quite long road trips. But love Amy and her genuineness, and just again that realness in the lyrics that she puts forward in a lot of her songs.
One of my influences, to a certain extent, has been Amy Grant as well, but not just her music, her message, though they're absolutely wonderful. But I'm old enough to have grown up as Amy was becoming very popular as a pop singer.
Mm.
And then when she crossed over and was told no, not to do it, she was like, I'm doing it. And, back in those days, a lot of radio stations, not just Christian radio stations or stations like Carolyn's, it's okay to play Christian music on. Uh, a lot of stations were playing her. And I really think she brought Christian music much more to the forefront today for people like you. And
Mm.
I mean, she has got to be a huge influence on the younger generation, for lack of a better term, that is coming behind her.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm coming behind her. I think I was a little, but yeah, she is just I mean, we have the Queen of Soul, we have the this of rock and pop and so forth and so on. She has got to be the angel of Christian music.
Mm.
Wow.
You
And
know,
we've had several of our guests, Jerry, who have said that she was a huge influence. So she's influencing a lot of people. I think that's so great.
Right.
Love Amy Grant. And Denise said, yes, she struggles and encourage for others. It's so real. Yeah, absolutely. And we don't shy away from subjects such as depression and anxiety because we all know, and that's another reason we wanted to all come together to try to help encourage people, let them hear uplifting songs and uplifting music. like yours. Oh my gosh, Vanessa, I just can't get over how amazing your songs are. Yes, Amy has been an iconic for a runner to Christian music. Yes, exactly, Denise. Go ahead, Jerry.
I did want to mention, I don't see it in front of me, but she did pop in and say, hello, Whitney Dezoltel.
Oh yeah,
Dezoltel.
she's coming on soon. I can't remember what night, but
And I apologize for if I'm butchering her name. She's been in Red's room before. Um, so I didn't know if you knew her or not, but you know.
We've spoken back and forth, or at least said hello. But yeah, I'll keep an eye out for when she's going to be on. It'd be great to hear more about her and what she's doing.
And I love Christian artists because they are so willing. Well, I say Christian artists, the ones I know. I mean, I don't know, Big Daddy Weave, personally, but the ones I do know, they're just
so Denise knows her.
so supportive of each other. You know, it's not. I've got a secret on how to do this. It's oh, hey, do you, and let me help, and what can, and it's just, I think that's just wonderful.
Yeah.
uh and it is amazing. I find that I think I will predict uh that it's not going to take you long in the US. I
No,
mean, we just got to get the right people to hear you, that's all.
absolutely. So I
Yeah.
want to read what Rudy said. He said, Alanis Morissette, a great Canadian musician, has great and beautiful songwriting about mental health issues. Yes, yes, she
Mm.
does. Thank you for sharing that, Rudy. Yeah, I agree, Jerry. It's not going to take long at all. We need to all get on the whatever we got to do. Share, share, share. Say, here, have you heard this lady? Check this out. She's from Australia. Let's all do it. If we all do it, it's going to make a little bit of a difference because we can really change the world. We really can change the world. That's why one corner at a time. Go ahead, Jerry.
What piece of advice, now see, you've been around the block for a while, so your advice is probably a little more valuable than mine. I don't have 7 albums, you
Yes.
know. So
That's amazing. That is amazing. Only 6. Is that all? Yeah.
I've got a couple of CDs. Is that
Yeah.
what
Just
you said? Begin with?
I've got 3 songs.
So
Go
humble.
ahead.
But what would you pass on to newcomers, singers, songwriters, coming into this Christian music world, or any music, as far as that goes?
I think I think enjoy where you are as well. So sometimes we forget to enjoy the moments right here, right now, and can get caught up on the long-term goal of, oh, I'd love to have a record deal, or I'd love to have XYZ. But like, to be able to minister to people, to be able to share with people, um, you can do that where you are, as well as, if you do have an opportunity to record something, pop it on YouTube, pop it on, your streaming platforms so other people can hear it. Because it doesn't necessarily, in these days, you don't necessarily need a record deal to be able to reach and impact people like you probably did 20, 30 years ago. Record deals are great. Sometimes they have a few catches in there. Sometimes people have a lot of success out of having record deals, sometimes they don't. So enjoy where you are, I guess, is kind of my encouragement of, for me, sometimes I forgot to enjoy where I was, and forgot to just be present and be, enjoy what I was being able to be a part of,
So
Um,
Mississippi.
yes.
Okay, I've been following you for, well, a minute. So when I saw you were coming to the States, I went, okay, where's she going? New York, California, Nashville?
Yeah.
Where's she gonna go? And you went to Mississippi, and I
Yay.
went,
Yeah.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Um, I want it to be where people are. For me, community is a really big thing, and moving right across the world, I really wanted some people around me that could keep me honest, keep me real, who could keep an eye on me, like, and just check in with me if I was, having a bad day or whatever. And so community is a big deal to me, and um, so I've got some really good friends that I've known for a long time in Mississippi. So that's kind of where I've landed at the moment. It may change in the future, but I've got my car, can travel,
That's
and
great.
yeah, got my little support crew behind me. So
And I'm not finding fault with anybody that goes to California or
sure,
Nashville or any of
yeah,
those places. I just think that it's neat. Me from North Carolina talking with Carolyn from
Tech-
the south end of Texas. So,
I know it's so great. It's so great that we're all from different parts of the world, the United States, and we're coming together. And I want to give a big shout out real quick and interrupt again because I had a little incident today to where I had a blowout on a bridge. And I just want to share this because years ago I had car trouble and no one stopped to help me. I just want to I was just had to say this. No one stopped to help me, and I had small children at that time. But today, someone stopped behind me and in front of me to make sure I was safe. And then I pulled off the bridge, and someone actually stopped to help me. And I know they won't see this, but it just solidified my faith in mankind because there are good people, and people are wanting to help each other. People are wanting to reassure each other. You know what I mean? And that's just an example. I just wanted to share that I think we're all going through stuff, and the fact that someone is people are out there helping each other is great. And I know it has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but in a way it does. It's sharing God's love and just doing a little thing, whether, it be just pulling over. Hey, are you okay? To me, that's God's love. I'm here.
100%.
You need me. So anyway, I had to share that. Thank you. They won't hear this probably, but just in case. Go ahead, Jerry.
Absolutely.
no, I think our time is going to run out here in a few minutes.
I
I will
know.
ask if you could you hang around for a little bit? See, Carolyn will
Sure.
stop the show, but we can still talk for just a minute.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
but that's the I'm taking advantage of being a co-host is what I'm doing.
I love it.
Nice.
Because I had a couple other questions I wanted to ask you that uh, more from my own knowledge, kind of thing.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, it's just been amazing. I will tell you, I probably haven't stressed this enough, but your vocals, okay, the techno stuff was kind of neat, but your vocals are just simply amazing.
Yes.
Thank
Just
you.
and I love the clearness and the way we can understand every single syllable that you sang, and that's important.
Yes.
I can't stress how important that is. When I've worked with other people, and it's like, what did they? It happens to myself. What did they say? I had someone call me up one time that was going to play one of my songs for a reboot graduation, and he says, "What is this word that comes after?" Because I want to talk about it. And it was like, oh, he couldn't understand it. I didn't do a good enough job, and
Wow.
oh my gosh, I can understand everything. And you're just simply amazing. I
Yes, and
don't
I want
think
to read. I want to read this comment real quick because it looks like it's important. Heather Elliott said, "Vanessa, I am so proud of you for following your dreams and sharing your talent and important messages with us all. I wish you all the success in the world on your current tour. We must catch up again when you get back to Adelaide. Thank you for sharing."
Thank you, Miss Elliott. Appreciate that.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I know Jerry is right. Your voice is absolutely incredible. And I wanted to point out another thing. I love the videos, the music videos that we have seen tonight. Those videos. Do you have someone that made those for you particular? They're really good. Really, really good.
Yeah, so the live music videos, so like the one for Good Shepherd and oh gosh, here was a guy in Adelaide. His name's Paul Smith. He's amazing and really, really great to work with. Very yeah, very, very nice bloke, as we'd say in Australia. He's a
Oh,
nice
I like
bloke.
that. Wow. Well, I really
um,
like the videos. Yeah. Go ahead.
yeah.
Any other
Um,
shout outs you'd like to give before we leave tonight?
oh, just shout out to everybody who's joined in and to everybody who stands with me and walks with me and supports me in what I do. I really appreciate everyone and yeah, all of that.
Wow. Well, I said earlier, and I'm going to say it again. We have been honored to have you on the show. I appreciate you so much, and we will be playing your songs on the radio on Monday, around 7:30 Central. We also will be Facebook Live. If you're available to tune in, that would be great. Just let me know,
Yeah.
because I know it's going. We want to get your songs out to as many people as possible because they're really going to help people because people need them. Jerry, go ahead.
No, Robert Williams said, "Great job, guys. This is my first time watching, thanks to Pam, but it won't be my last." Uh,
Oh, thank you,
yeah,
Robert. Thank
yeah.
you so much for sharing that. I am so glad. We're trying to bring people together, and it's just been crazy. It's been great. With some of the, we're going to share Vanessa's music with some of the Christian and secular radio gatekeepers. Yes, do that in a few larger Canadian markets, and hopefully get her some airplay up here too. We have some strong connections. Oh, that's so great. Please do. Please do. And every week we have another terrific artist. Please keep tuning in because all of these artists need to be heard. They really, really do. And they're spreading the love and spreading the message. Good night, Lori. Thank you for being here, honey. Jerry, anything else? Let me see. Make sure I'm
No.
okay. Well, Vanessa, thank you so, so much for being here. I hope God continues to bless you. Keep doing what you're doing and spreading the good word and the good news. And gosh, you're so talented. Thank you so much. Vanessa's songs are available on iTunes and through her website. Yes, and that is www.vanessa Kersting.com. I wrote it and I can't read it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. Jerry, thank you so much as always for co-hosting. Vanessa, thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful
Thank
night and
you.
remember to try to do a kind deed, whether it's even just pulling over to the side of the road if somebody's broke down. Hey, we can all do our part a little bit. Jerry, thank you so much. Anything else you want to add, sir?
No, no. Vanessa, if you go to her website, you'll see where she's touring, where
Yes.
she's going. There was a couple of dates I marked down, and then I went back and checked and went, I've got a surgery. I've got where you get a little bit close. Clarksville, Tennessee, Richmond, Virginia. I come from Virginia, by the way. That's where I was born at.
Oh,
But if you want to see where she's touring, go to her website. Her tours are listed. Please go, help, support her, and I have thoroughly enjoyed this evening. Thank you so much, Vanessa.
oh, thank you for
Yes.
your time. I've loved being here.
Thank you so much. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. Bless you. Thank you, Denise. We hope to see all of you back. Don't forget to share, like, comment, share. Mwah! We love you guys. Thank you so much. Good night.